Yeah, because it takes a little bit more energy than I want to expend. Isn't that terrible? It's like this. I've got, it's not the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is fine because I kind of tested it and used Spotify, and so it's not that. It's just I've got to set up the computer, and then it's got to be in a spot that's, yeah. And it's the space, well, you haven't seen the space. It's really small. So if I put a, my big old laptop halfway in the space, it cuts, it's going to be like in the middle of the room. So, then I've got to think about that. Yeah. Mm, mm. Yeah, I'm not, I mean, for income, it would make a whole lot of sense. So I've actually think I need to do a test class. Well, plus then I have to pay for Zoom. So there's some cost involved. Um, but I don't know. I'm doing the music, so that's, hey, one step. Just figure out if, yeah. I told them I wasn't sure if I was going to get it done in January or February or what I was going to do. But yeah, but last Saturday was the first Saturday that I actually had to turn somebody away. Yeah. No, I'm only taking 4. So I had to turn somebody away last week. So, I suppose if that happens too often, then I'm really going to have to take a look at it. Do you have the autobiography of a yogi book? I just gave mine away like maybe 6 months ago, and someone wants to do a study group with me. And to be honest with you, I do not like that book. So I am trying to decide how to respond. I can probably buy the book for a couple bucks, but I don't like the book. So yeah, I haven't responded, so I need to think about that. Everybody's, no, what time is it? Isn't it 6? 5 to 6? Oh, okay. My clock is, my watch is fast. I see that. Because that floor sure probably gets cold. Okay. Wonderful. So as I mentioned, we're going to need a bolster and a strap for class today. If you don't have one, you can use whatever is around available today. So let's just take a few moments. I'm sitting up on a little blanket and give myself a little bit of height and release in the hips. Let's close our eyes, take a few moments to relax and settle in this evening. So let's bring our hands to our heart. And as we begin class today, we'll chant the sound of Om. We'll recite our intention together. We'll do a little breath work. And then we'll start some poses. So let's relax our throat, relax our face. We'll do one Om together. When you're ready, let's take a deep breath in. Om. And please recite the intention after me. May I be free from fear and harm. May I be content as I am. May I be at peace with whatever comes. We're beginning a new moon cycle, or in the middle of a new moon cycle. So maybe there's an intention that you would like to set for this new year and this new moon. Traditionally, a time for change, transformation, new habits, vision boarding, journaling, whatever floats your boat. So maybe taking just a moment or two as we sit and begin our practice of setting an intention for the new moon and the new year. I'm going to begin just a couple of minutes of alternate nostril breath today. So I'm going to let the left hand come to my lap and take my right hand, close off that right nostril with your thumb. Let's inhale and exhale through the left nostril only. As deep of a breath as you can, so expanding the diaphragm as you inhale. Lifting through the crown, it's a nice tall spine. Contracting the diaphragm as you exhale. Left side only, couple of breaths. Exhaling through the left. Close the left nostril, inhale through the right. Close the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close, exhale right. And just continue on your own for just a couple minutes. Let's take one more inhale and exhale to the left side. And then just release it. And breathing through both nostrils, nice, even, relaxed breath. So as we move from one Yin pose to another, just a reminder to do so slowly, mindfully. So we're going to come into child's pose. You don't have to use the bolster. You can just separate the knees nice and wide and bring your belly and your head to the floor. If you'd like a bolster, you can push it right up close to the belly so you can rest your belly and your head on it. Either forehead to the mat or resting your head to one side, whichever works best for you. Also take a moment just to check in with the shoulders. If you let your arms rest alongside the bolster, or if you want to make a pillow with your hands. Let's take just a few breaths and really allow our belly to relax, our head to relax. Let's feel as if we have a little weight on our low back. So presses down a little bit closer towards our heels. So just begin to find a nice, comfortable, relaxed breath so that the breath is even and the body becomes still. Taking a nice deep breath. Press our hands into the mat and slowly come to hands and knees. Maybe bringing the knees a little closer together. And we'll just do a few moments of cat-cow. Inhaling, chest forward. Exhaling, rounding. And just breathing deep, moving slowly, releasing the spine. All right, so from here, as we come back to hands and knees, we're just going to take that right leg and cross it over the left. So I'm going to place a blanket behind me, or a block, you can too, so that when you sit down, I'm going to take the feet nice and wide, so we're not sitting on the heels. And if one knee is not right on top of the other, that's perfectly fine. You can do more of this particular pose if you want, whatever works. But take just a moment and settle in there, because you want to make sure that you're sitting on both sit bones evenly. We're not leaning to one side or the other. And we'll start with a nice simple twist. So let's twist to the right. You can bring this right hand behind you and press it into the earth behind you if you'd like, or you can just rest it wherever it falls. So as the right shoulder rolls back, resist the urge to turn the chin over the shoulder. Instead, keep the chin over the breast, so it's tracking right over the breast. It's pretty neutral. The movement all comes beautiful right here at the waist and the middle body. And feel our breath. Relax our shoulders. Soften our eyes. So let's keep our legs like this. You can stay in the twist for the last minute, or if you want to, you can just come forward. So keeping the sit bones grounded and allowing the body to come forward if you would like for the last minute or so. So either one that you need. Nice breath in. Just going to rock forward so I can easily come out of this pose, untangle those legs. Let's do just another couple of cat-cows while we're here before we go to the other side. All right, so when you're ready to go to the other side, we'll take, I think it's your left leg over this time. Whatever side you didn't do last time, and just sink in. Good, feeling nice and grounded, looking grounded, beautiful. Take a nice deep breath in. We'll exhale to your left and try the twist first. Good, mindful of where the chin is. Mindful of where the movement is in the body and the breath. If your body is needing to stay in the twist, stay there. If you're ready, you can exhale and allow the body to come forward. Let me inhale, let's slowly rise up. And let's untangle those legs and just stretch them out in front of you. Maybe take a moment if you need to rotate the ankles, stretch out your feet. And once we're in a nice seated position, let's go ahead and just open the legs really wide. So as wide as you're able. And you can place anything you need to in front of your body. As we come forward in this pose, it may be challenging. So walk the sit bones back. Allow the feet to relax. The knees can be relaxed. And we're going to fold at the waist. And just from there, just allow ourselves to come forward. Now, some of you can come all the way down and rest your head on the bolster or the floor, and that's beautiful. If not, we'll just hang out where we feel the intense stretch on the inside of the groin. Add any props that you need to make yourself comfortable. If your head is not touching something to give your neck a release, let's just tuck the chin slightly in towards the chest. Nice. All right, let's take some deep breaths and relax. Just take a nice deep breath in as we slowly bring ourselves up and bend our knees and bring the legs together, releasing. So it's nice to do a little back bend. We haven't really done a whole lot of back bending in this class in a little while. So I'm going to do some cobra pose today. I'm actually going to use my blanket to lift me up just a little bit. So let's come onto our belly. And this time the blanket's going to be underneath my elbows. And my elbows are going to be a little forward of my shoulders. Feet are relaxed so they can be wide apart or closer together, whatever feels good for you. So pressing the feet slightly in towards the mat. We find our pose, we'll take a couple of deep breaths into the chest. Just pull the chest forward slightly. As we pull the chest forward, we feel the movement and the stretch in our low back. At the same time, shoulders pull away from the ears, so we're supporting that back with our shoulders. Lastly, I'm just going to draw the throat back so my head is neutral. I'm not tucking the chin or letting it drop, just as neutral. So let's bring that beautiful breath up into the chest so that each inhale we feel the expansion of the chest forward. And each exhale, maybe you feel the release of the shoulders, especially the shoulder blade supporting the upper back. It always feels good to come out of that pose. I'm going to just suggest that we lie flat on our belly, maybe with our hands underneath our forehead for support. Let's bend the knees Gently drop the knees from side to side. All right, we're going to be on our back for the rest of the class. So grab your strap if you have one or whatever you're using for a strap today. I'm also going to place a blanket underneath my head, but if you need to place a blanket over you, whatever works. Okay, so let's just come down. And just take a moment to rest that back into the mat. I'm going to take the strap today. We'll start with our right leg. So just place it on the bottom of the right foot, somewhere near the toes, if you would, please. And you can hold the strap with two hands or one, doesn't really matter to me, but what does matter is that the shoulders are relaxing down. So we're not lifting our shoulders and our head to get to the strap. We want the shoulders to be relaxing down. So I'm going to hold my strap at the very end down here. Press up through my heel so we can get that back of the leg. And as soon as you feel that hamstring stretch, you can just stop it and just breathe into it. Now, some of you, if this is a really easy pose for you, you may want to extend that left leg out onto the mat and continue the pose like that. So whatever feels better for your low back and for your hamstring. Let's nice and gentle release that strap. Let's go ahead and stretch both legs out onto the mat. We'll take both arms above our head. Just do a nice long stretch. And I'm going to bring both feet back to my mat. And this time take the strap on my left foot. And again, let's be mindful of where we're holding the strap and that we're not clenching any shoulders or neck or jaw. And as you get comfortable, if you want to extend the right leg onto the mat, beautiful. Let's find the spot. Relax into the breath. And let's release the strap. Again, let's take a nice long stretch on the mat. So we'll do one twist here to each side before we do Shavasana today. So let's take our feet as wide as the mat. And I'm taking my knees a little bit forward. I'm sorry, my feet a little bit forward. I'm going to start by just dropping the knees to the right. And this may be enough for you today, so you can stay here. If you feel like you want to do more, go ahead and take the right foot on top of that left thigh to facilitate a deeper stretch of this left side of the body. So let's take a deep breath through this left hip, left rib cage, and if you want, you can extend the left arm maybe over the head to get even more. So let's gently release, bring the feet back to the mat. When you're ready, let the knees drop to the left. Again, you can add more by bringing this left foot onto the right thigh and extending the right arm alongside your ear if you'd like. So it's time for your final relaxation. So let's come back up, maybe take just a moment, draw the knees in towards the chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. And so as you find your final relaxation, you may feel like you want to stretch out in a big letter X today. Or maybe it's a day for cocooning with the blanket, wrapping it around, feeling comfort and security. Whatever you decide, find your spot and then close your eyes. Maybe even putting something over your eyes to block out any excess light. You take a couple of deep cleansing breaths and let any tension that's still remaining in the body or the mind just release today. And at some point, let the breath just be natural without forcing. You can feel the earth underneath you, supporting you. Let's first bring our attention back to the breath. And then bring the awareness into the body, maybe stretching some toes or some fingers. Making some gentle movements, your face, your eyes, your jaw. If you'd like to join us, bring your knees to your chest and gently roll to your side. Today's reading is called Life Lessons. We are going to meet the lessons life has in store for us on any road we take. The question is, what road do we want to be on when our lessons come calling? I pondered this for at least a decade before I decided I wanted life's lessons to meet me somewhere warm and green, enjoying a family life filled with happiness, joy, and laughter. I decided I want to meet life's lessons with the wisdom, compassion, and steadiness my teachers display every time I interact with them. I prayed that I would meet life lessons helping others have the life I wanted for myself. I prayed that I would meet life's lessons in a way that expressed my love and gratitude for this life that I have been given. Please come up to join me as we bring our hands to our heart in gratitude for our practice, for just being here today. And please join me in a final Om. Deep breath in. Namaste. Thank you for joining me, everybody.